Is brought to you by Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare.
Today, simple exercises for a healthy brain. And this does not involve barbells. Joining us with more is Mark Mincolla, Ph.D., a natural healthcare practitioner from Cohasset, Massachusetts. Hi, Mark.
Good morning. No barbells here.
That would be difficult. All right, what are we talking about here exactly?
Well, first of all, we're talking about some really new information from the world of neuroscience that over the past 10 years has really kind of discovered that our brains are an awful lot more like muscles than we think, and that they're endlessly developing, redeveloping, and very receptive to change.
And if you do brain exercises, what kind of a benefit does it do for your brain?
Well, again, there's been a lot of great studies in this topic, and they've found that folks with stroke paralysis, Alzheimer's, dementia, learning disabilities have all benefited greatly from some of these brain exercises. But in general, we all benefit in terms of memory, in terms of positive thinking, and ultimately accomplishing a lot more in our lives.
Is this predominantly for younger people, middle-aged people? Does it work for older people too?
Great question. I think a lot of these studies, again, Leslie, indicate that even 70 and 80-year-olds have had tremendous influences from these brain exercises, and that they've improved memory, cognitive function, etc. So the brain, as I said, never stops developing. That's the great news here.
All right, how do you exercise your brain?
Well, again, we said we don't need dumbbells, but there's some really interesting ways that we can do that. The research says that we can exercise our non-dominance. In other words, if you think about whatever hand you operate the computer mouse with, whatever hand you brush your teeth with, etc., you take that opposite non-dominant hand and you start to occasionally engage it. So you're working parts of yourself neurologically that previously you have not used a great deal.
I can do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, we can also engage at various different levels as well. We can use musical crosswords. In other words, listen to music while you're performing crosswords, because you're engaging more than one sense at a time. Also, seeing and drawing. In other words, kind of engaging memory. These are great memory exercises. You look at something on a page or in real life, you basically shut it down, and then you essentially draw it and see how well you remember what you saw. Number 4, positivity and repetition, really important. A lot of the studies that were done at the University of Wisconsin recently indicate that when they studied meditators, they found real significant changes in the brain if they focused on positive issues and constantly repeated that. Similarly, reframing, so erasing and replacing. Thinking about what your thoughts are all about, sort of reviewing your thoughts and the thoughts of those around you. Negative thinking, erase it, replace it with positive thinking as a substitution. And these really enhance the left prefrontal cortex and really engage new brain cell activity.
Hey, wow. How often do you have to do this stuff, and when can you see results?
Well, that's another good bit of news as well. A lot of these studies indicate that no more than 8 to 10 minutes a day over a period of 8 to 12 weeks. So, you know, folks really don't have to overdo it. I think just by using it, it's one of the